G'day guys, Ange here again. So this is going to be part 2 of the WLTOYS 124019 brushless upgrade. So today I'm going to be making a base plate that's going to be going in underneath for the batteries under there, and I'm going to put the wings on, and I'm going to show you which ESC I'm going to be using. Alright, let's go. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a base plate for where the batteries are going to be mounted onto. Now I've already pre-drilled the holes in just some plastic that I've got. I don't have any carbon fiber, but it's pretty light anyway. So I've just drilled the holes there, and I've also just drilled some fresh holes in the bottom of the chassis plate there as well. So I'm going to mount that up. That's going to go in something like that. I know it will look cheap and nasty, but I don't care. But yeah, we're just going to get that on. I'll bolt all that on, and then I'll show you how the battery is going to be mounted up. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to drill threads into the bottom of the chassis plate. Now I've got an M3 drill bit that you can just pick up at your local hardware store. I don't know if you can see that properly, but that's just a thread cutting drill. So we go on the slow speed, don't go too fast, and just let it bite on its own. Alright, so all those holes are done. So what I'm going to do now is with this plate, I'm going to countersink all the holes, so they're nice flat surface on the underside of the body on the chassis plate there. Alright, so I'm going to drill the countersunk holes into the plastic plate there. So what you want to do is make sure you've got a drill bit the same sort of radius as the top of your screw there. So if you want to check that, it'll be something like that. I'll try and get that in focus, but I don't think it's going to work. And just one tip is make sure you countersink on the right side. You don't want to have the plate around the wrong way. So line your holes up, make sure they're all right, and we know it's going to be this side right here. And we don't want to go too deep, just want to make enough where we can just make sure that the screw head is just going to be flat or just underneath the plate there. So we'll check that first. So there's the first countersunk hole right there. Alright, so that chassis plate or the battery mount is on with the 4 holes mounted underneath. Now I've noticed I've got one, I can't put one over this corner because the engine's in the way. So I've had to offset it just to make sure we don't screw into the motor. Common sense to make sure you just do that. Alright guys, so as I was here in my garage building my speed car, the postie arrived, and check them out. Got my new contact foam speed wheels. How awesome do they look? They look really, really cool. Looking forward to getting on the road with these ones. And here's the packaging for it. I'll put a link down below. I got these from eBay. They're the 1/10 scale, and that is the part number there. 1/10 front double compound A soft carbon J1A73. I'll put a link below so you can grab these tires. They come with a couple of awesome stickers as well, which is pretty cool. Get the stickers out so you can actually cover the whole tire on the whole rim if you like, or you can just put the sticker on the outside, which I've done. I reckon they look pretty cool just like that. Alright, so as you can see, I've attached my battery plate there, which I'm going to put the batteries on. but I'm either thinking I might get rid of this, because I've just been looking on eBay and I've noticed you can actually buy some small 4S batteries. So this one's a 3S, but I know the 4S is just like a little bit longer, about 75 mil, and I know it might just fit in there nice and snug. And I have upgraded this too. I forgot to mention I did buy another speed controller, so this is a 2 and up to a 4S speed controller, which I got on Banggood. So I'll put a link in for that one as well. And that already came with the XT60 connection. Yeah, so with the batteries, I'm either thinking I can squeeze a 4S in there, or I run the 2S's in there, or the original 2S's that it came with, I can put them together and squeeze them in there. So that's probably the size of the one 4S battery that I might buy on eBay, and I can squeeze that in there. And the other thing what I'm going to do as well is I've taken out the center brace there, because I want to actually raise the body up a little bit. I'm finding that because I've got the speed controller is so high, and I'm going to have to probably cut these wires as well. I'm just going to make them like really short just across there. So with this, I'm actually going to raise the body post just so I can sit the body just that little bit higher, because at the moment it's just, you can see where it's sitting, so I'm going to have to actually just raise that a little bit. And I've actually just found some cheap old spare body posts that I can I'm going to cut them down. They are majorly too long, but they're all solid down the bottom, so I can put a little drill tap through the bottom. And then I've realized with the original body post on the original center bracket there, they've actually got screw holes in them, so I can just unscrew them, and then I can put in these new body posts using the original holes, which would be great. I don't have to cut anything or drill anything. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll get the body on. So there we go. I've put it on the other body post. So obviously, yeah, you can see that it is sitting much more higher than the original, but I've had to cater for the ESC, so you can actually see where the ESC is sticking out right there. It's not too bad. Looks a bit more beefy, I reckon. If I could get something that to cover the sides, that'd be really cool. But it doesn't look too bad. So they're the old body posts that I had lying around. Just use the original holes, obviously, and just level them out with some R pins underneath. So yeah, that's that bit done, and we're just going to keep on going. So it actually doesn't look too bad right now. So it actually looks much more tougher with that bigger spoiler, bigger wing you want to call it, on the back. I reckon it's coming up pretty awesome at the moment. What do you guys think? I reckon it looks pretty sweet. Next thing is front spoiler. Now, like I said in my previous video, this is off my Cobra Violence. It's actually the rear wing off the Cobra Violence, which is sitting up there peacefully, not doing much because we are stuck in lockdown, and yeah, can't really get out to the park, so I'll do a build video, why not? Anyway, so that's going to be the front spoiler. Now, I have already fabricated a front plastic ring mount, and I've already melted that using my heat gun and shaped it to the chassis plate underneath. So it's actually going to go something like that. That'll bolt on to the front, and then this has already been pre-drilled, and this will bolt in from the underside. So we'll get that on, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, so here it is. The front and rear wings are on. Doesn't look too bad, actually. I thought it'd look a bit worse, but it's actually not too bad. Looks a bit ugly in the front because there's nothing there. Looks a bit empty, but it actually doesn't look too bad. I've noticed one thing I'm going to have to fix up is when I had on the bigger wheels, as you can see, there is quite a significant difference in the height of the wheels. this spoiler actually just sat just that little bit higher. So I'm gonna have to get the heat gun and then just bend this up just a little bit, or else it's gonna be scraping down the road when it hits that downforce. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. This is my first build, so I want to see how it goes. I still got to get everything in there. I've just put that in there for now, just to hold the wires down. I know it looks dodgy as, but it's working for me. I have to cut these wires back, put some shorter bullet connections on there, put the receiver on there somewhere, and mount the power switch. And I'm still waiting for my my servo. So I'm gonna cut these body posts down as well. Just one other thing before I forget, guys. If I do end up mounting two batteries to the sides, either like this, like that, or flat, either way, need some recommendations for some springs, because I'm guaranteed this thing's just going to get real heavy, and already that's touching on the floor. So I know this thing's going to scrape. I've seen other videos where they've scraped on the floor. So if you guys have got any recommendations for the type of oil and springs I can use, that'd be really appreciative. So that's going to be part 2 for now, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Just give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you for part 3.